See, I'm making this video because I'm always getting asked the question, who I think Jesus Christ is. And I'm always getting asked that question. You know, I'm a people's person, so I talk to a lot of people and I like to hear a lot of people's opinion on things, and I love giving my opinion on things, you know. But I'm always getting asked who I think Jesus Christ is because, a lot of people know what I be doing. Majority of my conversations be about, you know. And I done heard a lot of people and a lot of religions give their opinion on who Jesus Christ is. See, people, in my opinion, I believe that all my videos that I make is very educational because it's spiritual. I'm a spiritual person. I think spirituality, I believe that the spirit is the most important part, that we should be focused on. You feel me? See, I'm finna give y'all my opinion on who I believe Jesus Christ is. See, in my opinion, I believe that Jesus Christ is God. Now let me explain that to y'all. And what do I mean by that? See, when I say that I believe that Jesus Christ is God, I mean that Jesus Christ is God. See, Jesus Christ is the physical body of God. I'm going to repeat that. Jesus Christ is the physical body of God. See, I got to understand that God is spiritual. Jesus is physical. God created Jesus to save the world. See, God couldn't come here because he's spiritual. See, you ain't never seen your spirit. You ain't never seen your soul. And that's what God is. See, God give us that spirit. You feel me? That's how we get that one life. He is spiritual. You ain't never seen it. You feel me? The things that you never seen could be very important. Like God and Jesus Christ. Because you never seen it. It's just like faith. Faith means that you believe in something that's unseen. And that's the reason why God, Jesus rocks with faith. Because they're unseen. Faith makes you a believer. Jesus Christ is the physical body of God. See, what I mean by that, see, y'all gotta understand that there is a story, there is life before Christ. Life was already here before Christ was created. You know what I mean? See, God is a trinity. A trinity is a set of three. See, that set of three is Jesus, God, and your Holy Spirit. You feel me? The reason why Jesus come first is because he sacrificed his life to save ours. And in return, we got to put him first in our life. Before our mama and our daddy, before everybody, Jesus come first. You feel me? Then there's God. You feel me? There's no God without Jesus first. See, in order to know God, you got to know who Jesus is. You feel me? When it's time to go to them heaven gates, Jesus is the one that's going to open them gates for you. You're going to see Jesus first. This is the reason why he comes first in our life. See, Jesus is God. Jesus is just a physical part of God. God is spiritual. You don't see spiritual. So God came up with a way You got to understand why he came up with this. Because like I said, there was life before Christ. And the life that was before Christ was so corrupted with the devil. You know? Man was corrupted with the devil. Y'all gotta understand is the devil is man is the reason why God created Christ. Because God couldn't trust man no more. Man was wicked. Man had wicked ways. Man was corrupted. Man was infected by the devil. Man was influenced by the devil. See, these are the reason why Jesus Christ was created. You know? See, I gotta understand the story of how the life was before Jesus got here, and on the decisions God had to make, just because that man was so wicked. See, I gotta understand that it was three kings who ran the world before Jesus Christ got here. You feel me? And all three of them kings was the leaders of the world. The kings is who the people went to. You feel me? The king was taking orders from God. See, but one thing about these kings, they had wicked ways. Feel me? Because man has been corrupted by the devil. Man thinks that he can do whatever he wants. He don't have to listen to God. Man thinks that he is the God because he has that power. You know what I mean? God gave three kings a chance to run this world. You know, the reason why he gave these three kings a chance is because the people at that time, they didn't want to worship nobody they couldn't see. They didn't want to worship God just because you couldn't see him. And my understanding in this world today that you have to see it to believe it. You know? They didn't want to worship nobody they couldn't see. See, this is what makes God lovable. This is what makes him understandable. This is what makes him the nicest person in the world because he understood that. So he came up with a plan. You feel me? Because man have been corrupted by the devil. And God was trying to save man from the devil. And since people was not trying to listen to him because they couldn't see him, he figured out a way to come here. Let me tell y'all something. This is very educational in my opinion. You feel me? See, Mary is the mother of Jesus Christ. See, y'all gotta understand that Mary was chosen. You feel me? See, Mary was chosen by God. You feel me? She was chosen by God because God knew that Mary's spirit was in the right place. God knew her heart was in the right place. You know what I mean? See, Mary was a virgin. Yeah, Mary lived the right way. She lived the way that God wanted people to live. And this is the reason why she was chosen. Because she could have been the only one at that time who was perfect for God to put Jesus inside of her. See, y'all gotta understand that Mary never had sex with God. You feel me? Mary was chosen by God because she was a virgin. You know, her spirit was in the right place, and God knew that. You get what I mean? See, God came up with a plan on how can he save mankind? How can he save humanity? And the only way that he was going to save humanity is by coming here in a physical way. See, God wanted man to be perfect, but man can never be perfect. You feel me? God lost trust in man back in Adam and Eve days. Feel me? Eve is the reason. The woman is the reason why God lost his trust in us. You feel me? Because the devil was easy to influence a woman. You know, the woman was the first human being to go against the grain of God. The woman was the first physical body to deny God's word. This is the reason why women are cursed to this day. And women know what I'm talking about. But that's a whole different conversation. See, God wanted man to be perfect. That's why he chose a perfect woman in Mary. And when he chose Mary, understand that he put all of his spirit, all of his everything inside of her. See, he has that power because he's the creator of all life. He's the creator of all things. You feel me? So he has the power to do anything possible. He can make the impossible possible because that's his power that he had. And he was able to give Mary a baby without even sleeping with her. See, the baby that Mary was having, he was going to be different from every other life. See, Jesus lived a normal life just like we did. He came in this physical world just like we did. You feel me? He came in through a womb just like we did. We came in through a woman's stomach. Feel me? Jesus had to go through the same life that we went through. See, the baby that Mary was having, he was different from everybody else because the baby he was having came from God. Listen to me. The baby Mary was having came exactly from God. See, we came from our mamas and daddies. You feel me? Not Jesus. Feel me? Jesus came from God. Jesus came from God. See, God found out that the only way the people was going to believe him is to come here himself. And the way he came here through himself was through Jesus Christ. See, Jesus was sent. God created Jesus to save the world. See, God wanted Jesus, you know what I mean, to do what he did. See, God knew that man was going to kill Jesus Christ because they knew the power that he had. See, one thing about man is that man didn't want the world to receive Jesus' message. Because the day we start believing in Jesus, we're not going to know who the devil is. We're not going to listen to the devil. Feel me? See, Jesus was perfect because God was perfect. He's the only perfect one. He's the only one that's perfect. Feel me? When he got here, I'm explaining to y'all who Jesus is and how he got here. Feel me? Because God couldn't trust the three kings no more. So he came up with a master plan. You feel me? So he said since he can't trust man, he's going to come here himself. And the way that he came here himself, like I say, he couldn't come here as God because God is the spiritual part. You feel me? This is a physical world. So he created a physical body. You feel me? A physical person, him exactly. You feel me? In a physical way. And that's who Jesus Christ is. You feel me? Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Just like we are the kids of God. You get what I mean? We are the kids of God. That's why it's our Father who art in heaven. Our Father. Ain't no S on that. Ain't no multiple fathers. It's one God. And then that's our Father. You feel me? And that's who Jesus was. You feel me? He created Jesus because the world was wicked. And Jesus was going around doing all type of miracle things, y'all. People who couldn't see, Jesus touched their eyes, they see again. People who couldn't walk, Jesus touched their leg, they walk again. He was doing all type of things man never seen before. See, Jesus was showing people who he was. Jesus was showing people how powerful he was. And all he said do is believe in me. If you believe in me, I got you. Feel me? Jesus was going all around the world preaching his gospel. Just he was showing people who he was. You feel me? One of my favorite parts about Jesus showing his work is when Peter. You get what I mean? See, I gotta understand that Peter was a disciple. See, Jesus had 12 disciples. And one thing about these 12 disciples is they all was believer. Even though there was one crooked one, Jesus had 12 disciples. And they had these powers. They had these powers because once upon a time, all of these disciples really believed in Jesus Christ. See, I know that they really believed in Jesus Christ because God blessed them with a gift. You know what I mean? See, when you get that faith, it gives you power. See, I got to understand how powerful faith is. And the reason why this world don't want you to have faith. See, as long as we living in fear, we will never receive the power of God. See, as long as we living in fear, we never have faith. As long as we living in fear, we'll never be a believer. You know what I mean? See, Jesus and God is about faith. The definition of faith is believing in something that's unseen. That's the reason why you believe in them, because of their word. That Bible give us their word. We believe in that Bible because that's his word. And we supposed to believe the things that he say. See, Jesus was asleep on that boat. And it was stormy outside. And all the disciples was on the boat. Feel me? They was the ones pedaling on the boat. They was the one driving the boat. You know what I mean? It was stormy outside. Jesus is asleep, getting good Z's. The disciples got scared because the storm got powerful. To the point they woke Jesus up out his sleep. Like, you know what I mean? They woke Jesus up out his sleep. To the point when they woke Jesus up, Jesus trying to figure out what's going on. And they was telling Jesus that, what was going on. And Jesus couldn't believe that they were scared. See, Jesus is trying to figure out, why are y'all scared when y'all with me? See, when y'all with me, there's no fear in here. You don't need to be scared. Believe in Jesus and I got you. That's the reason why y'all been made it this long. Because y'all been believing in me. See, once you believe in me, don't ever lose your doubt in me. That's what Jesus is saying. Don't ever lose your faith in him. Believe in him at all times. Every time. You feel me? All times. Believe in him. So Jesus like, what? Y'all scared? Man, Jesus got off the boat, man. Listen to me. He got off the boat. You feel me? And when he got off that boat, he started walking on water. The disciples couldn't believe it. Because once again, Jesus is showing you who he is. All you got to do is believe. You feel me? He is showing them who he is. To the point he asked Peter to get out the boat and come walk on the water with him. You feel me? Just believe in him, Peter. Peter was believing. Peter got out that boat. He started walking on water just like Jesus did. He started walking on water just like Jesus did. Because he had faith in Jesus. See, his faith is what was keeping him walking on water. You feel me? And y'all got to understand that when you get that faith, every day is a test of it. Because like I said, you believe in Jesus at all times. Not when you want to, at all times. You feel me? You believe in him when he's here and when he's not here. See, when Peter got out that water, His faith is what was keeping him walking on water. You feel me? His faith was keeping him walking on water. See, as quick as Peter got his faith, Jesus tested his faith. Because every day is a test of our faith. You get what I mean? Jesus disappeared on him. See, when Jesus disappeared on Peter, Peter began to panic. See, panic is a form of fear. When you panic, that means you're scared or something. See, when Peter was walking on water, and when he lost sight of Jesus, he began to panic. See, he panicked because he lost his faith. He lost his faith because he couldn't see Jesus no more. See, when Peter lost his faith and he began to panic, he started to drown. See, remember, his faith, his believing in Jesus is what was keeping him walking on water. See, when he got scared, when that fear came around, remember, the devil gives us fear. So when the devil entered Peter, when he lost sight of Jesus, Peter began to drown. You feel me? How you think I know Peter lost his faith? Because he was drowning. The faith was him walking. He lost his faith. He started to drown. See, Jesus had to come pull Peter out of the water. You feel me? And Jesus asked Peter, why you stop believing? Why did you lose your faith? You feel me? He asked him that because Jesus knew the only reason why Peter was drowning is because he quit believing. Just imagine if Peter had kept his faith. Peter could have walked the whole sea. He could have walked that whole ocean if he would have kept his faith. You feel me? Jesus could have left. And as long as Peter believed, he would have walked the whole ocean. You feel me? He'd been walking on water all day long. As long as he kept his faith. But when he lost it, he started to drown. See, y'all got to understand that faith is a weapon of mass destruction. Faith is very powerful. And the world don't want us to have that faith. See, the world don't want us to believe in Jesus. They don't want you to think Jesus is real. They don't want you to feel me? Hell nah. This world has refused Jesus Christ. This world is living in rebellions. You get what I mean? This world is going to pay for the evilness, the wickedness of the sins of this world. Y'all got to understand this world is who killed Jesus Christ. Do you feel me? Man is who killed Jesus Christ. Because man wanted to be God. You feel me? Man came up with a way to hide God from us, to keep God out of our life. The devil. Man, listen. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is the physical part of God. You feel me? It's the reason why Jesus come first. Then God, then your Holy Spirit. Feel me? Man. Hey, I need to start telling y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Because I want to hear y'all inputs on this. I want y'all to, because, hey, we got to talk about it.